Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, so we're a few days away from the NBA Finals beginning. Listen, everybody didn't. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody. People are starting to make their picks. Hey, I respect anybody, man. Hey, if you pick Boston to win, that's fine with me. I don't have no problem with that. I think the Warriors are gonna. I think the Warriors are gonna do it. I think the Warriors will do it in 6. I just think that they just have too much experience for Boston. Boston does play good defense, but at the end of the day, Boston is relatively young. I think the experience of being in the finals is going to help them get better. But this Boston Celtics team is really good. And I think them and Milwaukee may be going head-to-head for the rights to go to the finals for years to come. I think Boston and Milwaukee could be the new rivalry in the Eastern Conference. But I picked the Warriors to win this series. And like I said, if Boston wins, so be it. It's not out of the question that Boston could win this series. These two teams, they split one apiece. The Warriors beat Boston and Boston beat the Warriors. But this is the finals. Now, I broke down this series, but let me just talk about the Golden State Warriors. Okay, so this is the Warriors' 6th attempt at an NBA title. This will be their 6th finals appearance. And the Warriors are 3-5 in finals appearances. You can make an argument that the Warriors should have 4 rings, but nevertheless, the Warriors have went to the NBA Finals 5 times. They have played, out of the 5 times they went to the NBA Championship, they played only 2 teams: the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors. They lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers in 7 games because the NBA interfered with that series. And a lot of people knew they interfered in that series, with the exception of the Cleveland Cavaliers fan, because they were so desperate for LeBron to win. They altered that championship. They shouldn't have did it. And that's just real talk, and I stand by that. Now, the other time the Warriors played a team other than the Cleveland Cavaliers was the Toronto Raptors. And the Warriors ended up losing that series in 6. But keep in mind, Kevin Durant got hurt. Klay Thompson went down. And Klay Thompson was out for basically 2.5 seasons, or 2 3/4 seasons. Damn near, or pretty much. So now the Warriors are playing their 3rd different team, the Boston Celtics. Maybe this is a meaningless thing, but maybe it isn't. But it does create something to talk about. The Warriors' 3 championships have all came via the Cleveland Cavaliers. So now they're playing a different team, the Boston Celtics. Now, the new question is that I got to ask, how important is it for the Warriors to beat a team other than the Cleveland Cavaliers? Because this could also prove how dominant they really were. At the end of the day, I know people were comparing some of these Warrior teams to the Chicago Bulls teams, but at the end of the day, Michael Jordan has like 6 rings and he beat like 4 different teams. Okay? He beat the Portland Trail Blazers. He beat the Phoenix Suns. He beat the Lakers. And he beat the Utah Jazz. So he was, for the most part, legitimately beating the best teams. And they were different teams. So that's why Michael Jordan's name is up there, you know, beyond, you know, the what you would call basketball excellence. This is why some people say Michael Jordan is the GOAT. So I do think that it's kind of important to the Warriors' legacy that they win this series versus the Celtics. You know, so I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it a bug. Even the Boston Celtics beat two different teams. They beat the Lakers once. They beat, if I'm not mistaken, they beat the Rockets twice. So I do feel that you have to beat different teams. You look at the same thing with the Spurs. The Spurs beat different teams. The Spurs beat the Nets. They beat the Knicks. They beat the Cavaliers. They beat the Heat. So that's what I'm saying. They beat Detroit. So I do feel this is important. This is why Tim Duncan's name is up there with some of the greatest. So I do feel that the Warriors do need to beat Boston, because eventually somebody is going to bring it up. Might as well be me. Oh, yeah, and by the way, if I catch anybody using this and talking about this, I know where you got it from. I don't mind. But just give a brother his just due. But if I see ESPN or somebody talking about this the next day or within days of this, just give me my props. Or just say you heard somebody talking about this. But to me, I do feel that it's very important that the Warriors beat Boston. But I just wanted to put that out there. Because at the end of the day, if they don't beat Boston, and then when we evaluating this Golden State Warriors team, even though they got 3 championships, they're going to say, well, the Warriors kept playing Cleveland. Then they're going to start to ask the question, well, could the Warriors have beat some of those Eastern Conference teams? Look, it's going to come up. Like I said, might as well be for me. So this is another reason why it's important that the Warriors beat Boston. They're healthy. If they lose this series, there's no excuses. Unless they suffer some significant injuries, I don't want to hear nothing. If they lose, they just lose. Now, if Klay Thompson, God forbid, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Poole go down, you know what I'm saying? Then you have somewhat of an excuse. But I'm talking about that's like if three or four of them went down. But Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson is key to this series. That's real talk. With some help from Draymond Green playing good defense and Wiggins, like I said. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Let me know what you think. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.